Hi plant friends, it's that time of year to move some of the plants out to the balcony. I've got a little tour for you. First plant out is the Plumeria. Now, they say the best time to move the plants out to the balcony is when nighttime temperatures are above 10 degrees Celsius or 50 Fahrenheit. And I like to get my Plumeria out as quickly as possible for her to break dormancy and get as much sunlight as possible. In this spot, she's going to get more than 12 hours of direct sun each day. I really try to move as much plants out to the balcony as possible. Sometimes I'm pushing it because this balcony gets direct sun from sunrise to sunset, and a lot of the plants get sun stressing. For example, this Awarthia turns to a dark red by the end of summer. Once I move it inside, it turns back green with those white spots. It's working on an inflorescence right now, so I can't wait to get some of those pictures for Instagram. These four pots really love sun, especially the crown of thorn. Once I put it outside, it just gets tons of blooms and flowers continuously over the summer. For the lithops, I don't water them as much. Even though they're in direct sun, I still wait until they're wrinkly before watering. Even though the agaves like full sun, they can still get sunburned. Look at this one. I think I've pushed her outside a little bit early without getting her acclimated, but you know what? She's just gonna have to push through it. And my Edith Colia is quite sun stressed. She's looking almost black compared to her regular green, but she'll be able to push through for the summer. It's pretty much survival of the fittest on this balcony. My Echeveria is really liking the balcony. This bright sunshine is really hitting her right. The sun stressing is starting to pop. She is getting a little bit long. I've had her for quite a while. I'm not sure if I should chop the top off and reset it. I'm gonna watch and see how it goes. I'm not sure how I feel about that just yet. The desert roses are doing so good. I'm glad they've broken dormancy and getting bushy with lots of leaves. This is actually a second Edith Colia that I've got, and look at the color. It's a nice green, and compared to the other one that's almost black, you can really see the difference with sun stressing. These babies are new. I've only had them for a few months. I'm not sure how they're going to react to the balcony, so I've got them tucked under the plant stand as a precaution just in case. They're still getting bright light, but at least they're in some shade. Plant friends, comment below if you've ever smelt the bloom of a Stapelia. I can confirm that it actually does smell like rotten meat. The smell is quite disturbing and interesting that such an odor would come from a plant. So on the plant stand, this is the sunniest shelf. I've got my rainbow cactus as well as the strings of button tucked here, and the strings of button get a nice sun stressing when it's getting a lot of sun. Now I think I'm pushing it with leaving these Haworthias out in such a sunny spot, but I really enjoy the sun stressing. Look at this beauty. It's normally green, now it's red. You can really see that. Now my totem pole cactus is so precious to me. I remember the day I found this guy, I was like, what is that weird plant? I've got to have it and take it home. It's so beautiful. It is a cactus, but it has no spines. Or is it a succulent? I can't remember, but if you ever come across one, definitely get one and add this to your collection. It does require a lot of sunlight. My propeller plant is another gem of mine. I purchased this one from the home show in Toronto many years ago. It's grown quite a bit, and you know what? It's never bloomed. I really need to research how to get this one to bloom. Plant friends, if you know how to make a propeller plant bloom, comment below and let me know. Now, one of the important things about having the plants out on the balcony is watering. My plants are exposed to some harsh conditions. There's a lot of wind, there's a lot of sun, so they do dry out quickly. If I neglect them, I will end up with no plants quickly. So I try to keep them as hydrated as possible. If I think I'm doing too much over watering, I just miss the plant a little bit and move on. But I've got to keep them hydrated over the summer to make sure I still have plants to move back in the fall. The planter box from Kuzaki.ca is doing very good. Now, the ground cherries are not faring very well. I find since I've moved them outside, they've gotten a lot of sunburnt and windburn as well. I think I might have to rearrange things a little bit. I might switch those out and move tomatoes or peppers in. We'll see. Now, if you don't know what a ground cherries are, some places call them golden berries. This is what they look like. Sometimes they do get a little bit more golden. I'm finding a lot of ground cherries on the ground being blown off by the wind. So I really got to rethink what plants I'm planting in this planter box. Now, my strawberries are doing great. I've munched on quite a few. I find on watering day I'll come by and water, and while I'm watering I'll wash a couple strawberries off and munch on them and continue on with my watering chores. It's such a treat. Look at this beauty. She's looking so gorgeous down on the bottom, but up on the top she's getting a bit bald. She's suffered some sun damage since being moved out to the balcony. You know what, over the winter I had her in a less sunny spot, and moving her to the balcony she's got a little bit crispy on the top. Just before moving her in the fall, I'm going to reset her. I'm going to cut a lot of these her branches and reset her into some fresh soil, because once these leaves fall off they don't grow back, and I don't like the look of that balding plant. Now my Euphorbia and Cactuses, they really enjoy the sun. The booby cactus, not so much, so I've got the pot turned so that she's more in the back away from the harsh direct sun. Now I've got some Sansevierias. They're doing great as well. I did suffer a little bit of sunburn on one of them, so I've positioned the hammock to act as a shade cloth by stuffing 2 pillows together. Every year these guys get sunburned. It's so hard to find a shady spot for them because they're so thorny. It's really hard. But you know what? Once I move them inside, they turn back to a nice green. My Vandas really suffered quite a bit. I've been so neglectful with this plant. I really need to get some discipline and start to put her in this jug every day. I don't want to lose this beauty. She's never bloomed for me, but probably because of my care. The Plumeria is the highlight of my balcony. I really enjoy this plant. Now it does get windy and sometimes her leaves act like a umbrella. So when the wind gets going, it gets under those leaves and lifts the pot up. So I've got a scarf to keep her tied down. Now she's broken dormancy and growing in a lot of leaves, so I can't wait to see how she grows over the summer and how many bloom spikes she'll get later on in the summer season. So plant friends, this is my spot. I'm here pretty much every day in the summer. I'm enjoying the sun, the cool breeze, and a view of the plants. It's such a treat. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and follow me on Instagram at Life of Billina.